last lecture, we have seen okay, good morning to all again. So let us see the next point. We are discussing about that is elimination reaction. We have seen depending upon bond breaking and bond forming, the chemical reactions are classified into four types. One is the substitution reaction, second is the addition reaction, third is the elimination reaction, and fourth is the rearrangement reaction. We are discussing about the elimination reaction. We have seen what is meant by elimination reaction. A reaction in which there is a removal of atom or a group of atom from the substrate to give a new compound that is called as a product is called as a elimination reaction. So this group can be removed from either from the same carbon atom or from the different carbon atom. So again, further they are classified as 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, and 1, 6 elimination reaction. We have seen examples of elimination reaction, that is general representation and corresponding examples. In example, we have seen the reaction can be catalyzed in the presence of base, in the presence of acid, or in the neutral medium. We have seen when there is a removal of two group from 1 and 2 position, it is called as 1,2 elimination reaction. And when there is a removal of hydrogen from the beta carbon atom, it is called as a beta elimination reaction. So all beta eliminations are a 1,2 elimination reaction, but not all 1,2 are a beta elimination reaction. We have seen their examples, and in this topic only we'll see about that is a 1,2 elimination reaction. 1,2 elimination reaction. So let us see what is mean by 1,2 elimination reaction. We'll see in general, and we'll take some examples and we'll see corresponding mechanism. So let me share my screen first, and then we will discuss this point. Just wait for 1 minute. So here we'll see what is mean by elimination reaction, and we'll discuss with examples. I think you can see screen. Okay. So let us see what is 1,2 elimination reaction. 1,2 elimination reaction. We'll take an example in general. So suppose you are having a such type of a substrate. There is a carbon-carbon single bond, and to this carbon, suppose this is a carbon number 1, there is a carbon number 2. On the carbon number 1, there is a group, in general say Y, and there is a hydrogen on the carbon number 2. The carbon which is directly attached to the functional group is called as alpha carbon, and the carbon which is directly attached to the alpha carbon is called as a beta carbon, whereas the hydrogen which is directly attached to the beta carbon is called as a beta hydrogen, right? So this is your a substrate. So this substrate, when treated with base, here what happen, when you treat this compound with a base, the reaction takes place in the presence of base. You know what is meant by base. Base are the substance which have ability to abstract a proton is called as a base. So the reaction takes place in the presence of base. Base, it abstract a proton. So what happen here, the sigma bond between this C alpha and Y will open on the Y. So this sigma bond will shift here. This sigma bond will shift here. Y is a electronegative as compared to carbon. So this sigma bond will open on the Y. Carbon becomes positive. So the bond between this carbon and H will shift between C alpha and C beta. So there is a formation of corresponding carbon-carbon double bond. Here is the carbon, here is a single bond, single bond. Previously there was a single bond. These are the two bonds. This is your alpha carbon and this is your beta carbon atom, right? So this sigma bond shift here. So there is a formation of a new carbon-carbon double bond. You get such type of the compound, right? And at the same time, as base abstract a proton, so base donates the lone pair to the H. So the charge on hydrogen, that is the positive charge, will shift on the B, and there is a formation of B positive and H. Look here, hydrogen is a positive, H positive, but as it forms a bond with the base, base is electron rich, so the charge on the hydrogen is shifted towards the base B. So you get such type of compound. So here you are getting corresponding carbon-carbon double bond. You get alkene. Here, so here what happened? The degree of unsaturation get increase. When there is a single bond, there is a formation of a double bond, and when you start from the double bond, you get corresponding a triple bond. So the degree of unsaturation get increased. So it is a 1-2 elimination reaction. We have to discuss what type of process takes place in this reaction. What are the different processes takes place in this reaction, right? So here, if you see this elimination reaction, you'll see that one process takes place, the bond between the C alpha and Y break. So there is a breaking of a C alpha and Y bond breaking. Breaking of a C alpha Y bond takes place. Number 1 steps. Number 2, here you see that there is a formation of, again there is a breaking of C beta H bond. So the bond between C beta and H also undergo bond breaking. So these are the two process, bond breaking process. And at the same time, you will see that number 3, there is a introduction of, there is a formation of carbon-carbon double bond between C alpha and C beta. So C alpha, C beta, pi bond formation takes place. So pi bond means double bond. Pi bond formation takes place. You have seen that depending upon bond breaking, bond forming, the process, the reactions are classified into four types. So these are the two process. So the bond between C alpha and Y break. The bond between C beta H also break, and a new bond between C alpha and C beta undergo forming. So this is the process takes place in this reaction. Now here we have also used uh, B, there is a base. In this case we have used base. So this base may be anything. What is the base? Base are the substance which have ability to abstract a proton. So it abstract proton. So this base may be a strong alkali like NaOH or KOH. It may be alkoxide, RO minus, sodium methoxide, sodium tertiary butoxide, right? And so these are the different type of the bases. The solvent we can use in this case, we can use solvent water, we can use solvent ethyl alcohol, ethyl alcohol. So these are the solvent used for this one. So here you will see that in 1-2 elimination reaction, these are the three processes take place. So bond breaking and bond forming process takes place. So here this 1-2 elimination reaction we have seen in general. This can be further explained by the mechanism. So let us see what is the mechanism of this reaction. So this reaction can be explained by the mechanism. So let us see what is the mechanism of this reaction. This 1-2 elimination reaction can be explained by three mechanisms. We have seen nucleophilic substitution reaction. In nucleophilic substitution reaction, we have seen it can be explained by SN1 mechanism, SN2 mechanism, and SNI mechanism. And this 1-2 elimination reaction, that is, it can also be explained by three mechanisms, just like SN1 E1 mechanism, just like SN2 E2 mechanism, and you are having a E1CB mechanism. So this above reaction you have to explain by the mechanism. So there are the three mechanisms. So we have seen already that there is a presence of two processes, bond breaking and a bond forming. Right? We have seen just now how there is a bond breaking and a bond forming takes place. So first mechanism we'll see, that is the E2 mechanism. E2 mechanism. In E2 mechanism, E for elimination, and 2 for bimolecular. So elimination bimolecular reaction. So E2 means elimination bimolecular reaction. Elimination bimolecular reaction. Again, same thing we'll see here. We are having a starting compound, that is, here is a carbon, right? Here is also carbon. The valency of carbon is a 4. And suppose this is a carbon called as alpha carbon, and this is a beta carbon. On alpha carbon, there is a group called as a Y, and on beta carbon, there is a hydrogen. In 1 2 again we will see only beta elimination. Okay, so we have seen the bond between the carbon and Y undergo breaking. The reaction takes place in the presence of a base. So reaction takes place in the presence of a base. Base have ability to abstract a proton. So base is having a lone pair or a negative charge. Okay, this is your substrate. Now this substrate in general, what happen in the E2 mechanism, it react with the base. So the bond between the C alpha Y undergo breaking. So here in this case, C alpha Y break. One step, C alpha Y undergo breaking. Number two, here the C beta H, it also break. And number three, the C alpha, C beta pi bond formation takes place. So there is a formation of a pi bond between the C alpha and C beta. Pi bond form. So these three processes takes place simultaneously. So here we can write the transition state. Here is the carbon. Here is a corresponding. So this do not changes. It is alpha carbon. This carbon is alpha carbon, right? And here you will see that there is a breaking of a bond. There is a breaking of a bond between the C alpha and Y. There is a formation of a bond between the C alpha and C beta. So here the bond between the C alpha and Y undergo breaking. The bond between C alpha and C beta undergo forming, and the bond between the C beta and H undergo, that is also breaking. At the same time, you'll see that there is a base, the base form a bond with the hydrogen. So you are getting such type of a bond formation. So this is your transition state, and the transition state you have to write in the bracket. So here you see that the process takes place, these three processes take place simultaneously, just like your SN2 mechanism. We have seen SN2 mechanism. All process takes place simultaneously. So here the C alpha Y undergo breaking, C alpha C beta pi bond formation takes place. At the same time, the C beta H undergo breaking, and the bond between the C beta H and base undergo forming. The bond breaking, bond forming process, they are shown by the dotted line, and further it undergo reaction. So the second step is a fast step, and first step is a slow step. Slow step means RDS step. RDS step. So here further what happen? This bond break completely on a Y, means there's a formation of a Y minus. This sigma bond will shift here completely, means there is a formation of a complete C alpha and C beta bond. At the same time, this base abstract a proton from the this beta hydrogen, and there is a formation of a corresponding compound, that is a C. Here is a all the bonds as it is. It is a C alpha bond and a C beta bond. This bond undergo complete breaking, and this bond undergo complete forming. So here there is a formation of a transition state. This is called as a transition state, which is highly unstable. That's why we write in the bracket. At the same time, you are getting a new compound that is called as a alkene. So here you'll see that the single bond between the become double bond. So degree of unsaturation get increased. At the same time, there is a formation of a BH, base abstract proton. So first step is a slow step, and second step is a fast step. So it is called as a E2 mechanism, elimination by molecular reaction. Elimination by molecular reaction. Now, from this above mechanism, in E2 mechanism, just like it is similar to your SN2, if you see the first step is a slow step. First step is a slow step. So, you can find out what is the rate of reaction. The rate of reaction depends upon the slow step, right? Now, can anyone tell what is the rate of reaction? Rate of reaction depends upon concentration of, it is directly proportional to concentration of, yes, concentration of, Ankita bolo. Sakshi Chavan, Sakshi Chavan, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Rate of
Yes.
reaction depends upon concentration of. Anyone of you? Sakshi. Yes.
Product, sir.
Reactant. And what is reactant? Reactant is a here substrate. Okay. Substrate. So the rate of reaction depends upon the concentration of a substrate. Substrate, and also there is the involvement of a base. So the rate of reaction depends upon the concentration of the substrate. Substrate may be alkyl halide, it may be alcohol, or it may be anything. So it is a this mechanism. Okay. Now the second step is the fast step. We can remove the proportionality constant, and we can write that is rate is equal to K2. Rate is equal to K2, concentration of a substrate, and base, B for base. Okay. So this, so here we have seen E2 mechanism. Now here we can write a number of examples. Just we have to put the that is we can replace the corresponding valency by R. Here you can write R. Here you can write R. Here you can write R. Right? Also you can write R. All are they are same, or they may be different, and they may be alkyl group, they may be aryl group. So depending upon that one, we can get corresponding example, and we can write number of examples, right? So here, one of the required conditions that there must be presence of a beta hydrogen atom. So here there must be presence of a C beta H bond, C beta H bond for the E2 mechanism, that is a beta elimination reaction. Okay, so it is a E2 mechanism. So here it is just similar to your SN2 mechanism. Okay, now let us see the next mechanism. So in the next mechanism, here it is your E1 elimination, E1 mechanism, E1 mechanism. So again, elimination unimolecular, E for elimination, and one for unimolecular, right? So it is just like your, that is a SN1 mechanism. It is just like your SN1 mechanism. So it is your unimolecular reaction, right? So this is your unimolecular reaction. E stands for elimination and 1 stands for unimolecular. So in this one, we have seen what is mean by E and what is mean by 1. Again, same thing. There are the two processes, bond breaking and bond forming. So again, we can explain its mechanism. So let us see the what is the mechanism of this reaction. So again, we'll take the same substrate. In general, this is the substrate. This is your alpha carbon. This is your beta carbon atom, and here is a Y group, and here is a H hydrogen. So in the first step, what happened in this substrate? The bond between the C alpha and Y break completely. So in the first step, the bond between the C alpha and Y break completely, just like your SN1 mechanism. And there is a formation of a corresponding carbocation. So there is H, here is a bond, here is also carbon, here is two bonds. So as this sigma bond shift here, there is a removal of a Y minus. There is a removal of a Y minus. And this carbon becomes a positive. So there is a formation of a carbocation. Carbocation. So first step, the bond between the carbon and Y. Y is a living group. It undergo breaking completely. So first step is a slow step. It is a RDS step. RDS step, formation of a carbocation, just like your SN1 mechanism. And in the next step, base abstract proton. So this sigma bond will shift here. So there is a formation of a carbon-carbon double bond, and this H is abstracted by the base. So there is a formation of, again, here is the carbon, formation of a double bond, and you get such type of a alpha carbon and a beta carbon atom, and you can get B positive H. So it is a two-step process. It is a two-step process. First reaction E2 mechanism is a one-step process. It is a two-step process. So this is your two-step process, right? So it is a two-step. In the first step, there is a formation of a carbocation, right? So in the first step, there is a step one, formation of a carbocation. How the bond between the C alpha Y break, and there is a formation of a carbocation or a carbonium ion. And in the step second, there is a abstraction of hydrogen by the base takes place. So the step second is a abstraction of a proton. Abstraction of a proton, or there is a formation of a corresponding alkene. Formation of corresponding alkene. So this is the second step, and you can get a corresponding compound. So there is a formation of alkene, or you can say abstraction of a proton. Now look here. First step is a slow step, and here if you write the rate of reaction, we'll see that only one molecule is a substrate is involved in the RDS step. So the rate of reaction is equal to K1 and a substrate. So it is a unimolecular reaction, right? So here, in this case, we have seen in the E1 mechanism, the bond between the C alpha and Y undergo breaking, right? The bond between the C alpha and Y undergo breaking, and the next step, there is a abstraction of proton, and there is a formation of a carbon-carbon double bond. So formation of a carbon-carbon double bond takes place. So here there's a formation of a carbon-carbon double bond between C alpha and C beta. So pi bond formation takes place. These are the steps. So it is a two-step process. So it is called as a E1 mechanism. So its E1 mechanism is just similar to your SN1 mechanism, because in SN1 also the bond between the C alpha and Y undergo breaking. There is a formation of that is a carbocation, right? And in the nucleophilic substitution reaction, suppose this B attack on the carbon, then it is called as a nucleophilic substitution reaction. It is called as a nucleophilic substitution reaction. And if it attack on the hydrogen, then it is called as a elimination reaction. So very simple, right? Look here. In the second step, suppose this B attack on the carbon, then you can say it is the substitution, because Y is replaced by B. B act as a nucleophile. And if B attack on the hydrogen, then it is called as a elimination reaction. So the elimination and nucleophilic runs parallel. So you can also get elimination product, or sometimes also you may get a that is a nucleophilic product. So this is called as a E1 mechanism, right? I think there is no doubt in the E1 mechanism. Again, we can write the number of example. Just we can replace the valency R. R may be same, maybe different. R. Here is also R. Here is also R. We can write R, R dash, R double dash, R triple dash. Means all may be same or may be different. They may be alkyl, they may be aryl. So depending upon that one, we can write a number of examples. So this is the in general example. So again here the required condition is that there must be presence of a C beta H bond, means beta hydrogen atom. So there is the removal of a beta hydrogen in the 1,2 elimination reaction. So this is the second mechanism called as a that is a E1 mechanism, right? So I think the second point is also clear, right? Now let us see the next mechanism. It is called as a E1 mechanism, E1 CB mechanism. E1, the third mechanism, E1 CB mechanism. If you understand this three mechanism, throughout the topic we have to learn same thing, only we are going to change R. Remaining all points are same. Let us see the next mechanism, that is called as a E1 CB mechanism. So what is mean by E1 CB mechanism? Elimination through conjugate base. So what is mean by E for elimination? E for elimination. Elimination through conjugate base. Conjugate base. You know what is meant by conjugate base, right? You have learned already in the nucleophilic substitution reaction what is meant by conjugate base. You know acids can be represented by Ha, right? The acids are the substances which have ability to give H plus is called as a acid. And when it undergoes dissociation, there is a formation of H positive and A minus. So where hydrogen from a compound, any substrate, then there is a formation of H positive, that is a proton, and A minus. So after removing H positive from a substrate, whatever compound you are getting, ion getting, it is called as a conjugate base. Conjugate base, right? So elimination through conjugate base means the elimination takes place through the formation of a conjugate base. So here we have learned what is mean by E1. E means elimination, right? E means elimination. Then 1 means unimolecular. CB means the conjugate base. So elimination through conjugate base. So again, let us see. Again, we'll take the same example. Substrate. Here is the carbon. Here is the carbon, and the valency of the carbon is a 4. So it is alpha carbon. It is your beta carbon, alpha and a beta carbon in the substrate. There is a presence of a Y group, and here there is a presence of a hydrogen. Okay. Now here, in this case, what happen? Of course, again the reaction takes place in the presence of a base. Base are the substances which have ability to abstract a proton. Okay. So here we know there are the 3 processes: C alpha Y break, C alpha C beta pi bond formation takes place, and C beta H undergo breaking, right? So here the bond between the C beta H, it will open on the carbon. It will open on the carbon, and there is a formation of H positive, and this H positive is abstracted by the base. So first step in the step one, right? There is a abstraction of a proton. There is a breaking of a C beta H bond. We can say number step 1, C beta H undergo breaking. This process takes place first, and there is a formation of a corresponding carbanion. So here is a bond, here is a again bond, and here is a Y, and this carbon carries a negative, and we have seen that there is a formation of a conjugate base. So here there is a formation of a carbanion, and it is called as a conjugate base. So instead of writing conjugate base, also you can write also carbanion, right? So there's a formation of a corresponding carbanion, right? So here this carbanion further this sigma bond between the C alpha, these are C beta, this C alpha Y undergo break on Y. This sigma bond break on the Y. Carbon become positive. You have to neutralize this positive. So this negative on the carbon will shift here, and there is a formation of a carbon-carbon double bond between the C alpha and C beta. So there is a formation of a corresponding alkene. Here is a bond as it is your alpha carbon, it is your beta carbon atom. So as it will open on Y negative, so there is a formation of a Y negative, and carbon become positive. So this negative will shift here, and there is a formation of a bond between the C alpha and C beta. So in this way, there is a formation of a such type of a compound. So first step is a fast step, and second step is a slow step. Second step is a slow step. As it is a slow step, it is a RDS step. So as in the second step, only the substrate, that is the carbanion, is involved. So it is a unimolecular reaction. So it is a unimolecular reaction. So here elimination unimolecular conjugate base, right? It is a unimolecular reaction. So here if you see the mechanism of this one, you are having a such type of a mechanism. So it is again a two-step process. It is again a two-step process. Similarly, you can write the examples. Just a question of 3 mark or 1 mark, they will ask us separately. Write down E1 E2 and E1CB mechanism. Or a question of 3 mark, they may ask, write down short notes on E1, E2 and E1CB mechanism. We can write in general, we can write in particular, right? In general, again here we'll replace the valency by R may be same, may be different. Here is R, here also alkyl group, here also alkyl group. This R may be alkyl or maybe aryl. Aryl means benzene, and depending upon R, we are getting a number of example. R may be methyl, maybe ethyl, maybe aryl, benzene. So you can get such type of example. Again, in this case, what is a required condition? There must be presence of C, beta, and H bond. So this is the mechanism of this reaction, right? So these are the three mechanisms. So today what we have seen, we have seen the E2 mechanism reaction, E2 mechanism reaction, E2 elimination, and E2 elimination. We have explained its mechanism. It can be explained by the mechanism called as E2 mechanism, then E1 mechanism, and by E1CB mechanism. E2 mechanism is just similar to your SN2 mechanism because a bond breaking, bond forming process takes place simultaneously through the formation of a transition state. The E1 mechanism is just like your SN1 mechanism. And a new mechanism, E1CB mechanism, it is a rarely observed, right? Only few examples are there. And here, 1-2 elimination is common as compared to the remaining one. 1-2 elimination is common as compared to 1-1 or maybe other elimination reaction. And in 1-2 again, we are going to learn there is a beta elimination because there is a removal of hydrogen from the beta carbon, right? So there is a removal of that is a hydrogen from the beta carbon atom. That's why it is called as a beta elimination reaction. Okay, so this is the mechanism in general. Again, we have to learn same thing with example. Now in next lecture, I will only going to replace the R. R means alkyl group, right? And we have to learn again same thing. So in exam, they may ask just they'll put the different type of the R group, and when they ask in general, write down E2 mechanism with the following point. So we have to discuss every reaction with one definition, right? Number two, example, general representation, and then we have to see the mechanism. In mechanism, we have to see the number of step, right? So first step, there are the three type of the bond breaking. We have to see the mechanism. We have to see the what is the rate of the reaction. We have to see whether it is a unimolecular or the bimolecular, and we have to see the mechanism, and we have to see the evidence for the mechanism, right? So this part again we'll discuss in particular in the next lecture. So same thing we are going to learn. If you know these three mechanism, it is very easy to explain the elimination reaction, right? So today we have discussed E1 reaction, it 1-2 elimination reaction, right? We have discussed E1 mechanism and E1CB mechanism, right? E1CB mechanism. Any doubt? Do you have any doubt? If you have any doubt, you may ask. Sakshi Chauhan, do you have any doubt?
No, sir.
Someone say, okay, no doubt, right? So try to read book at your home. We can use Manali publication book. We can use Organic Chemistry by Morrison Boyd. We can use Claydon by the Organic Chemistry. So these books are very important books. As we learn at in the class, At the same time, you have to read at your home. If you read once or twice, then your concept becomes clear. And when your concept becomes clear, then you'll find that this subject is a very, very easy, right? So I think we should stop here, right? Uh, thanks to all. Thanks to all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks to all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You can leave the class and you can join the next lecture. Thanks to all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you to all. Thank you.